Hello and welcome to today's transmission.
Sending out a transmission.
So you don't know me, I'm Charlie. I'm actually the editor for this video usually, but as we had some problems with finding somebody for today's video, I'm filling in for Jasper today. So I am non-binary and I currently live in Wales in the UK. I was a stage manager, but now I'm also a software designer, graphic designer, and all sorts of other things with a bit of stage management on the side. So this week's topic is trans role models. And actually, most of my trans role models are people that I know really well. I'm really lucky to have a lot of really amazing friends who do a lot for education and activism, particularly transgender activism. So I have a really good friend, Jay, who recently won a Young Scots Award for transgender activism. And I've just generally got a lot of online friends who are very confidently out. And it's always really great to see people being really confidently out. I mean, I still have a lot of situations where I'm really scared to come out. There's still people that I don't want to talk about my gender to or my sexuality. But it always gives me a lot of hope to see people really living their lives and really working hard to talk to people and to educate people. And so I found that a lot of the stuff that I do now online is all about educating people, because I know that it made a really big difference in my life being educated, because there's the thing about being non-binary is that often you can get away for a really, really long time with just feeling kind of a bit off, but basically fine. Which is how I felt for a really, really long time. And it was actually only when a really close friend of mine, who I'm now dating, came out as non-binary that I even knew it was a thing. And I did some research into it myself. And then I thought, wait, hold on, this is also me. So that was kind of wonderful. And so I've always tried to be that sort of person for other people. I do a lot of my own research and things into finding out all about sort of niche genders and sexualities and stuff like that. I'm a really active part of the asexuality community. I'm a really active part of the polyamory community. I'm a slightly active part of the transgender community. But I just feel very outclassed by a lot of the people that I know, particularly within the transgender community, where, you know, they know a lot. Jay, they are actually studying to be a doctor. They're doing a degree in medicine at the moment. And so when they start talking about trans things, particularly to do with getting surgery and stuff like that, they just know an insane amount because they have a massive medical background as well. So I'm always like, I could answer this question, but Jay could answer it better. So yeah, and I think that's really important. I think for me, the greatest role models in my life are always going to be the people that are educating me and are educating others, because I think it's a really important part of getting people to be more understanding and more tolerant of all sorts of queer identities, because it is often when you understand what someone is going through, when you know someone who is gay or who is trans or whatever, that your feelings change. And so education, I think, is a really important thing for creating empathy. And so whenever I see someone working hard to be an educator, I watch a lot of Sexplanations. I watch a lot of Sex Plus by Lacey Green. And I wish that I'd had those sorts of people when I was quite a lot younger. I wish that I'd had those sorts of people when I was in school, particularly. And I really want one day to be someone who, other young people can come to, or even other adults. I joke that every small queer child is my child now. Like, even if you're 35, you're my child now, particularly if your parents are kind of shit. And that's the kind of role model that I want to be, and therefore those are the people that I find and that I'm drawn to within queer communities. Which is actually why I was drawn to this, because I know Jasper and a couple of the others, they do a lot of education to do with transgender issues, and I was like, I want to get involved with that. I want to be like you. So my role models are Jay and everyone else, including all of the other people on this channel that do everything they can to educate other trans people, but also educate non-trans people and show them that we are just people. You know, we're weird and wonderful, but we're basically people, and I think that's kind of wonderful.